Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Sanchez. I'm studying mechatronic engineering in UDLA, Mexico, and today I'm going to present the project that I did in my professional practices in Oxibu Inc. It's called Developing a New Device for Baby Swimwear. Well, before to mention the objectives, first I want to talk about the problem to solve. So, actually, there are a huge amount of cases of children's death due to drowning. And according to the World Health Organization, is the second cause of children's death after the traffic accidents. But this kind of accidents has increased because the use of smartphones by careless parents. So Oxibo has a new idea to solve this problem, and the objectives are the following. The first objective is to compare the accuracy with the selected sensor with a professional one. And the last one is to generate the first PCB physical prototype. And as a goal in the future, it's to reduce the children's death for this case. Project description. Actually, OCBU comes with the swimwear floats by itself, but it's possible to improve it even more, implementing a new electronic device into the swimwear. But how this device works? Well, first, this device is able to read the vital signals of child, process the data, and send to the smartphones of the users through Wi-Fi. Well, it means an app. So the users will be able to see the vital signals, UV radiation, and environmental temperature. Also, this app will alert to the user if the child is in danger. And the user will be able to take actions according to the situations. That's how this device works. But we're going to focus to reduce the size of the actual device and to make a new original PCB design. Specifications. When I received this project, Oxibu had 5 components: Arduino, gyroscope, oximeter, multiplexer, and Wi-Fi module. Well, Arduino controls the whole device because it has the program. The gyroscope is to know the inclination angle of the child in the water. The oximeter is to know the vital signals of the child. And the multiplexer is to join the two sensors, the gyroscope and oximeter. The last one, the Wi-Fi module, is to send all data from the sensors sent through Wi-Fi to the smartphones. Well, the next step is to test the accuracy among the max 30,100 with a professional oximeter. For this test, I had to put the professional one in one finger, in another finger, the max 30,100. So I can conclude the reads of both sensors are very similar. So the next step to testing this device is to know in which part of the body are you going to locate the device. But first, must be taken into consideration that the Wi-Fi signals only works outside of the water. So after considering that, I make some proofs in the chest, shoulder, and the neck. And the most similar measures comparing the reads of the fingers with another part of the body was the neck. In conclusion, the neck is where I will put the device. After knowing where to locate the device, the next step is to reduce the device size. For this, we can remove 3 devices: gyroscope, multiplexers, and Arduino. But why these devices? Well, The gyroscope it's not vital information because it doesn't matter if we have the angle inclination of the child in the water. So the multiplexers is not necessary if we only have one sensor. And Arduino Uno, we can remove it because a Wi-Fi module, it's possible to load a program too. So it's the same that Arduino, but with Wi-Fi. So the next challenge is to change the code. So the code must be changed so the circuit functions the same as it did before the other devices were removed. Because it's not the same program in Arduino that program the mode Wi-Fi just with two components. The whole syntax is changed. So after achieve an adequate communication between the Wi-Fi module and the smartphone, we can achieve these results that the mode Wi-Fi create a new Wi-Fi signal called oxi in this case, and put in the IP program so we can have a communication between the sensor with the Wi-Fi module, send this data to the smartphone. So after changing the code, the next step is to create a new PCB design, and it was the hardest thing of this project. So I use different softwares because one software don't have the enough libraries, another can be simulated, and other things. But I just want to make a new device. I want simulated, but I don't have the required software. So I use ECDA. I can show you this image that I did by myself, just using the datasheet of each component. And this is the CP2102. It's a USB enter, and the Wi-Fi module, the sensor, and a voltage of 3.3 volts. And after make that device and that design, I did that, but I couldn't finish because I don't know if this really works finally. So I have to ask to a company the price to make a new device, well, a new PCB design, and to assemble the whole device and ship it to me. And the price is not too expensive, are 4,500 pesos. Well, the regulations for this project do not yet exist for this type of new device because it's cataloged as smart clothes. Nevertheless, there are studies that argue that these signals are not totally safe for the public, but other studies claim that the Wi-Fi does not pose a problem. So both cases are just hypotheses, they don't present a concrete evidence yet. Contributions. Well, for the next people to continue with this project, they will know that it's possible to mix the Wi-Fi module with the oximeter sensor. Also, the factory, when I get the price, it's going a cost of 4,800 pesos. But if they can get the price from other companies, or it is possible to make by themselves. When learning. Well, when I started with this project, I didn't know anything about this, the sensors, the Wi-Fi module, the how to works, nothing. So I learned too much about the Wi-Fi module that it could be works like a server, client, even like a router. Also, how to make a PCB design. Even I didn't finish this work, I have new knowledge about how to start a new design. Also, the micro components are necessary to have a successful electronic device. Conclusions. First conclusion is it is possible to complete this project with the correct settings. Well, the device should be placed on the neck in order to obtain the most accurate reading of the pulse. This point is very important because, well, personally, I think this is the best place to collect the device because there are too many veins, huge veins crossing for this part of the body. Also, following the manufacture of a fully working PCB, it is possible to have the first test with the kits, but it has to be out of the water for safety reasons. And finally, after thorough testing, one can conclude that it will be possible to create the first working prototype. Well, that's all for now. I hope that you enjoyed the video and thank you for your attention.